Good morning. All right, let's get started. Crazy market right now for small caps. We have these sub-dollar stocks blowing out all the short sellers. KLTO from the other day, absolutely nuts. Finally had a red day yesterday. Well, I say finally, it's only ran for 2 days, but shorts absolutely getting beat up on this one. And yeah, sometimes these can run for multiple days. So this one ended up being a gap up short. And nothing I like. I like the setup, but I also like the trend breaks. So the trend break was a little bit deep, so we didn't trade it. Didn't trade that one. And then we had the follow-up. Yesterday was the follow-up. So this one was 2 days ago. CARM was the follow-up. Same exact setup. Exact same setup. And short sellers again getting brutalized on this one. So this is number 2. And you can see number 2 did not go as far as number 1. So it's basically, this is a sympathy to the other one that ran. And people are looking for the next one that's going to run. Good morning, good morning. So this is number 2. Number 2 has less steam than number 1. And this one didn't gap up. So it was a nice run. Sub-dollar stock pushing above $1. Huge run, huge squeeze in the afternoon. And now it looks like it's done. So it's probably done after that. Now the question is today, where is number 3? Number 3 will have less steam than number 1 and number 2. And it's looking like VTAC is number 3. So we'll see if this one turns into a gap and crap and actually fades easily. So this might be the main setup for today. Usually I won't go after these super hot ones. But this one might be an exception because this is wave 3. So wave 3. This is generally how it works. It sounds crazy, maybe, but if you think about it, you get number 1 is nuts. So it throws everybody off guard. Short sellers are piling into it. They're not expecting it because it's the first one. And then shorts get ripped, totally obliterated all day long. Maybe even into the next day too. Sometimes they run for 2, 3, 4 days. But the number 2 has less shorts in it because they're all having PTSD from the previous day. So number 2 runs less than number 1. Number 3 has even less short sellers in it because they got beat up on number 1 and number 2. That's the theory, and we've got examples of that happening again and again. It usually happens on the sympathies. Follow-up plays can happen for several days after the main move. And it's looking like VTAC is number 3. Ideally, this pushes over 1. We get a nice 10 o'clock short, something like that. Probably going to be the main trade for today. KZIA. Well, let's actually look at the news on this VTAC. No news. Naturally, no news. Okay. ZKIA. Therapeutic. Announcing data. Potential to overcome immunotherapy resistance in triple negative breast cancer. Okay, this is a junk stock, but recent split. Recent split. So it was a nice runner here in pre-market. I think the move has already happened. Most likely a gap and crap now. But it is a super low float. So anything can happen with these. Anything can happen. Definitely got to watch that one though. Let's see. Let's get rid of FCell, KZIA, VTAC. Let's see. Get rid of WeBuy. Next one is HSDT. Okay, announced an authorized claim for payment of the PONS device from a third major healthcare provider. All right. Expanding third-party paid access to PONS. I don't know what that is. Let's see what Grok says. Grok, what's this mean? Morning, Scotty. A PONS device is a non-implantable medical device that delivers mild electrical stimulation to the tongue to help treat balance in gait deficits. In case you were wondering. So, huge move already on this one. Micro float. Recent split. But there's quite a gap here. Maybe the gap has a chance to fill. I don't know. I'd say this is going to fade all day. But we'll keep that one on watch. Get rid of Megal from yesterday. Oh, the sexy short seller blew up yesterday. Sucks. Took a pretty dumb trade though. All right. HSDT on the watch. VXRT. Let's get through these real quick. This one's already up and down. Not even gonna bother with this one. Put an alert out maybe if it comes back up. INEO. What do we got? No news. No news on that. Oh, Wint is coming back a bit. So a lot of these recent runners are just fading on no volume. Like MODV is just pathetic. What is this? Had this beautiful run up, nice breakout, and then just nothing. So, yeah, we got to move that one to the back burner. Keep it on watch, but a potential liquidity trap if it comes back up. I mean, if you imagine a short seller being stuck in this and they can't get out, and if it comes back up, this could definitely pop, but that is just weird. All right, we'll throw INEO on the watch. No news. Naturally. What? Why would there be news? TRNR. What do we got? Enters into $500 million facility to acquire AI-focused FET tokens and launch a crypto treasury asset strategy. We've seen this theme before. It's been happening quite a bit. Eventually this news is going to just die out and it's not going to pop the stocks anymore. We've just been seeing it so much. So we'll keep an eye on that one. Crazy amount of gappers. Let's see, what do we want to get rid of? We have EYEN. Let's take a look at that. This is multi-day runners trying to break this wedge. But volume's really fallen off again. I like the chart. It's a nice chart. But the volume sucks. Let's see, maybe I get rid of UAVS and the volume's dying on that too. Throw UAVS on the back burner. Yeah. EYEN and Turner ripping it up. All right, that's pretty good for the gappers. I think we're good on that. Okay. This is the sexy short seller blow up. Unfortunate We kind of saw it coming though, and I mentioned this the other day, but he had a stock where he's shorting these stocks that are up 30% in pre-market and fading them back. So he made, he showed a stock, he made $800 on it the other day, and the low float, the thing just straight up, for a minute or two, he shorts it at the top, and then it comes right back down. He makes $800. So low float, pre-market, whatever. Now that's bad to me. I don't like it. And I said this the other day. He would probably blow up on one of these because those can just keep going, and you can't get out if it keeps going. So if you're too big in it, okay, maybe you can make $800, but then you lose 20,000 if you blow up and on one of them and you can't get out. So that's basically what happened. So he's lost 18,000. This was, he had this account up to 40,000 last week. But this is how he trades. He's all in every time, trying to double up the account every day. And MEGL was the worst one. But you can see he posted a chart too somewhere. Let's see. Yeah, there it is. So the thing is up 30%. He's short and then covered. Makes a few $100. And then it comes back up. He's shorting again, and that time it squeezes. And then he had some crazy slippage there too, he said. So he lost 14K, 15K on that trade. And he could have lost twice that amount, so it kept going. If he waited another minute, he would have lost 30K. So I hope this is a fake account, but I don't know if it is. He also, I know back in 2021, he had a $400,000 account. He says he lost all that. Hopefully he has some of that left over. And I could see for fun maybe you doing something crazy stuff, like if you want to make a small account and try to run it up and only loading it with $2,500 at a time. If you blow it up, then okay, if you got a bunch of cash sitting around, that might be fun. But if this is all the money he has, then that's kind of a problem. Anyways, MEGL faded beautifully too. See, all you had to do was wait for this moving average breakdown and then hit the short, and it never came back. It's that simple. After it's played out, it's that simple. After I know what happened, it's simple. KZIA. Nice mover. Nearly an owl setup. Yeah, after I see what happened, I know what I should have done. So this is almost an owl setup this morning, but it moved so fast on this first minute. Al didn't like it. So 1 minute here, it's up 50%. Pretty insane. And then it set up a super nice flag. Broke out of the flag and is still holding. So the Al buy should be right here. If Al was going to buy it. But I have a theory that VTAC today will be a perfect gap and crap. Easy fade, all day fade, and hopefully it does a pre-market clear out. So we want it to go over $1, but doesn't have to. So Wint was the trade from yesterday, one of them. These are the only two trades I took yesterday. So Wint, this is one of those setups I like it when they bounce to VWAP. So we talked about that yesterday. And so I tried the trade. It ended up working okay. And I was trying to wait for end of day, which ended up working, but I got scammed on this little bounce here. And I didn't want to I didn't want to take a loss. So I didn't want to break even either. But it ended up, not really having crazy follow through. And typically, I'll just get out on one of these dips over here in the middle of the day after it doesn't want to break down easy. But I was trying to wait for end of day, and then I still didn't wait for end of day. So Xena, similar, sort of more of a backside bounce short, but similar setup on the intraday. And it just got a liquid towards the end of the day again and didn't want to break down easy. So I just took it off. Small gains on both of those. Not terrible. Yeah, wow, drones are done. Holy crap, look at that. So, D-Pro, this is a beautiful pattern, but the volume is just gone. There is no volume on this chart. But man, the pattern's there. Holy crap. This is what we want to see for a short. Beautiful trend break right there. And just come straight down, no problem. Let's see what they did. Oh, they did an offering in pre-market too. But, I mean, the trend break happened yesterday in after hours. So, there you go. Another example of a stock having a trend break, and then conveniently there's an offering right after the trend break. I don't know. It happens a lot like that. A lot of times they'll do that in after hours. This time they did it in pre-market the next day. Very common. But that pretty much kills the drone stocks, I think. Although D-Pro is not the top drone stock, neither is UAVS. UAVS is still hanging out. If it can hang out some more, break out for real, maybe we have something. But UMAC, I think, is the leading drone stock. It's got the most volume. It's got the best kind of established pattern here. And it is still hanging out. It did have a red day yesterday, but this one's more of a mid cap. So hopefully this will keep going and give us some more drone plays. All right. So yesterday we had crazy faders from pre-market. If you got short in pre-market, you could hold all day pretty much on a lot of them, and you were good to go. See if today does the same thing. Looks like Eno is going to do exactly that. But I don't short early. I just don't short early. KZIA looks really nice. This is going to be an interesting one. So mainly KZIA, VTAC, and then still just watching for these bounces if they can bounce back over VWAP after the open. Mainly short selling. KNW, what do we got? See, KNW is holding up pretty good. This one might be an L setup later today. We'll have to see. All right, 1 minute to the open. All right, hopefully VTAC can squeeze a bit. Might have to start trying some of these. Okay, VTAC coming up. Really want this to squeeze. Might not be able to do it. It's still early though. UNH straight up. Wow, look at that. That's nice. Also, Invac's hanging in there. Those are both of our swings. Looking good. Crazy. VTAC is pushing a little bit. It's trying to squeeze over pre-market highs. Let's see if it can do it. Not really interested unless it can. Look at that beautiful trend break on UNH. Pretty nice. Zoom this out a little bit. We got a pretty decent looking trend break right here. That's looking nice. So we're long from 301.30 from the 6th. $312 analyst price target. Never trust those guys. This thing's going to 380. Yeah, let's moon it. Okay, VTAC fighting still. That's what we want to see. Honestly, I said I was going to start buying some of these. Oh, nice. I see Xena holding it up. Drone stock. Pretty light volume though. What else? HSDT. Yeah, it's holding. Nothing yet for me. Again, the dip buy was nice. Just take a nice little dip buy on it. Make 5 or 10% right there. Gotta start trying those. These almost always bounce lately. Look at that, NAOV. Could have bought this one too. Could have bought that one. VTAC could have bought this one. So I want to see a move like Carm. What Carm did yesterday is basically what I want. I want this push over pre-market high. Ideally over $1. Except I want it to fade all day. CARM had this late day reclaim. See if VTAC can do it. We should probably be looking at some riot stocks too, because every time there's riots, we get some riot stocks pumping. So those might be setting up for some kind of breakout. We'll have to take a look at that later. Okay, Zena's failing back down. TRNR, gap and crap is already crapping. HSDT is failing. CARM, the one from yesterday, weak. VXRT, weak. Everything weak right now. Could be the top on VTAC. I still want to see it squeeze over the highs. Doesn't have to do it though. I saw the quantum plays are back down. Mainly IO and Q. Had that crazy move up higher and then it pulled back to the trend line. So it's still hanging out on the trend line. But if that trend line breaks, I think we're coming down sub 30. GameStop earnings yesterday was great earnings. Obviously, when they have good earnings, the stock goes down. And it was a pretty clean trend break there. So that was my prediction on the earnings. Earnings don't really matter that much. Yeah, it's something like, hey, we got our first profitable quarter in 4 years. Stock goes down. Duh. But mainly, that trend break was pretty clean. And sort of maybe breakdown pullback action. I would expect GameStop to come back more. But there's all this resistance, all this support right here. May not come down too easy. Maybe like a best case is it fills this gap from yesterday, from overnight, push back up to 30 bucks, and then roll over from there for a day or two, you know, small swing, something like that. Day trade. VTAC is struggling here. Might be all it's got in it. Fool me one time, better not fool me again. All right, here we go. Maybe it's going to push now. Give that a few minutes. CRWV. CoreWeave. This one's been on a crazy move off this IPO. Breakout. Now this trend is about to snap. I have no idea what to expect from this company, but they're related to the AI sector, data centers. Obviously, this is going to be huge, a huge sector moving forward. But IPO at 40 bucks. It's at 150 right now, 157. All-time highs. I would expect a decent red day coming out of this soon. Hoping VTAC can squeeze still. It's trying to get weak. Still want that pre-market high shakeout. I don't know if it can do it. Still just flagging though. Just a flag. Nothing crazy here. Now, if the flag breaks down, it's probably dead. Okay, looking weak, but let's see if it holds or not. Looking weak until it isn't. No position yet. Does seem like this might be it. All right, coming to 10 o'clock. See if it makes a decision right here. Looks like it's gonna break down. It's gonna break down or it's gonna squeeze. Broken so far. Could reclaim. Holding up pretty good. So we'll give this one try. See how we do. This needs to be the top. Okay, getting weak again, testing 70. We want lower lows now. Nice, back into the 69s. Whoop, holding no. I have a hard stop on, so we don't get stubborn. Okay, testing 70 again. We'll see if it reclaims. We've been seeing some crazy reclaims lately, but yeah, the theory on this one is today's going to be extra weak for this stock. So it shouldn't reclaim this time. See if I'm right or not. Wow, MODV. Just got done talking about that one. Not doing anything. Now it's coming back up. So this is that liquidity squeeze I was talking about. Liquidity trap. It's still not interesting enough to trade, but it's good to keep on watch. All right, VTAC hanging in there still. Want to see a lower low. Threatening to squeeze again, reclaim. Still just a breakdown pullback. But I don't like the double bottom. The double bottom could be a reason to just cut. But I think we're going to stick to our stop. I don't want to get faked out. Okay, 72's holding, 73's. Trying to get back into the 73's. This could definitely just snap too and teleport down. We'll see. 72 getting tested now. Again, back to 71s. 72's holding. It's a big fight right here. So far, just a double bottom, so it definitely could hold. But we don't want to get whipped out on some nonsense. All right, 71's testing again. Looks like a big fail there, but we'll see if it's real. Yeah, back to the 70's. 70's getting tested big time. 69. Tagged 69 for a second. We want to see a snap below 70 convincingly. 70 holding up for the moment. This is where a lot of times I'll use the coma strat. We just stop looking at it and then come back later, see where we're at. Can't fake me out. Go take a nap. Okay, 71 holding. Really fighting here at 70, 71 area. We do want to see that snap soon. Nugent long Tesla 331.40. Let's take a peek. Looks like a nice dip hold. Looks like it did the gap fill move. Man, we had another chance to be in at Tesla at 280 for the generational wealth play. It's going to 1500 eventually. Okay, VTAC testing 70 again. Looks like it's about to crack this low here. We'll see. Pretty much sticking to the stop no matter what happens. Because there's crazy stuff that can happen. You can get wicked out, you know, and then the trade still works anyways. Okay, really testing 70. Okay, back to 69. 70 still holding though. Somehow it's hanging on to 70. Back to 69 again for the 5th time. Holding up. Again at 70. All right, we're testing 70 again. We need a lower low eventually. Okay, back to 69. Here we go. Maybe this is the one. 68, 70, 66. Nice. Looks like that's the crack, so now we have to wait. So the theory was for this one, it's going to be an all-day fade. That's the theory. All right, so we're short from 72.39. We want this to come down quite a bit. See you, Scotty. Have a good one. This is probably going to be the main trade for me today. Looks like we're going to be right on this one. HSDT coming back up nicely. HSDT. All right, what's our target going to be on this? We expect at least 20%, at least. But this one could probably do more like 30, 35. We'll have to see. We don't want to get too greedy either. Throw a limit out there, see if we get filled lower. Just in case it snaps again. So we're only up 12% right now. We want 20 or 30%. All right, I think we're gonna call it there. Gotta get going. Gonna be fading this one. See what it wants to give. Hopefully it doesn't come back. We'll see. But we'll post that in the Discord later. Eyes on a couple other ones. We'll see what happens. But we'll be back tomorrow. Good luck.